Mumbai. In this eventful day, I extend my heartfelt welcome and thank beloved respected Mr. P. Muthuswamy, IRS, Additional Commissioner of Customs, Central Excise and Service Tax, Coimbatore, for having kindly consented to inaugurate this program. We welcome you, sir. I now kindly request Mr. G. Vasudevan, Vice Chairman, to present a bouquet to the guest of the day. I welcome and thank Mr. Sailesh P. Shet, practicing advocate in Central Excise, Customs and Service Tax, Mumbai, for having kindly consented to be here with us today and address on GST. We welcome you, sir. I now kindly request Mr. C. Subramaniam, Secretary, to welcome the Speaker with a bouquet. I welcome and thank Mr. Smitesh Desai, Practicing Company Secretary and Legal Advisor, Gujarat, for having kindly consented to be here with us today and address on service tax. We welcome you, sir. I now kindly request Dr. KSR to welcome the Speaker with a bouquet. Sir, please. I welcome and thank Dr. K.S. Ravichandran, Partner KSR & Co. Company Secretaries, for having kindly consented to be here with us today and say a few words about CCGRT. Today, we are here to add value to our knowledge on GST and service tax. Let me say a few words about GST and service tax. Goods and service tax is a broad-based and single comprehensive tax on goods and services consumed in an economy. Looking from a global scenario, goods and service tax is also known as value-added tax or harmonized sales tax. It was first devised by a German economist during the 18th century. He envisioned a sales tax on goods that did not affect the cost of manufacture or distribution, but was collected on the final price charged to the consumer. Thus, it did not matter how many transactions the goods went through, but the tax was always a fixed percentage of the final price. This tax was finally adopted by France in 1954. Maurice Laure, Joint Director of French Tax Authority, the Direction Generale des Imports, was the first to introduce VAT on 10 April 1954. Initially directed at large businesses, it was extended over the time to include all business sectors. GST has been introduced in more than 150 countries. Most of the countries have a unified GST system. Brazil and Canada follow a dual system, where GST is levied by both union and state government. The standard GST rate in most countries ranges between 15 to 20%. The United States of America does not have a national level VAT. Looking at the Indian scenario, the Ccgrt Task Force on Implementation of the Financial Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003 had pointed out that although the indirect tax policy in India has been steadily progressing in the direction of a VAT principle since 1986, the existing system of taxation of goods and services still suffers from many problems. In this context, the Ccgrt Task Force has suggested a comprehensive goods and service tax based on the VAT principle. While presenting the Union Budget 2006-07, the then Finance Minister Mr. P. Chidambaram said, I quote, "The country should move towards a national level goods and service tax that should be shared between centre and states. I propose that we set April 1, 2010 as the date for introducing GST." I unquote. The Empowered Committee of State Finance Ministers agreed to work with the central government to prepare a roadmap for introducing a national level GST with effect from 1st April 2010. In May 2007, the Empowered Committee of State Finance Ministers, in consultation with the central government, constituted a joint working group to recommend the GST model. Within 7 months of its constitution, that is in November 2007, the joint working group presented its report on GST to the Empowered Committee. The committee has accepted the report on GST submitted by the joint working group. While presenting the Union Budget 2009-10, the Finance Minister Mr. Pranab Mukherjee said, I quote, "Goods and service tax, both at the national and state level, will be introduced by 1st April 2010, unquote. The first discussion paper on goods and service tax in India was released by the Empowered Committee of State Finance Ministers on November 10, 2009. The task force appointed by the 13th Finance Commission, Government of India, has issued a report on December 15, 2009 detailing the recommendation on various issues relating to design and implementation of the proposed GST in India. we understand that GST will eliminate cascading effect of taxes across all supply chain by reducing the cost of doing business and will make the economy competitive. This will eliminate multiplicity of taxes, rates, etc. Now, turning to service tax. Service tax, as the name suggests, is a tax on services. Dr. Manmohan Singh, the then Union Finance Minister, in his budget speech for the year 94-95, introduced the new concept of service tax and stated that, I quote, "There is no sound reason for exempting services from taxation. Therefore, I propose to make a modest effort in this direction by imposing a tax on the services of telephones, non-life insurance and stockbrokers. Service tax is levied on certain services specified by central government under the Finance Act 1994. Chapter 5 of the Finance Act deals with imposition of service tax. With these few words, I leave it to the learned members here to take us today through various intricacies and insights of the subject of the day. I once again welcome you all for this memorable professional development program. Thank you.